Hi, welcome to Yarn Folks Weekly Recap. This week we started out talking about the continuing semi-annual clearance sale. There's lots of great deals. Lots of the great deals have gone to their new homes, but there is still plenty of yarn left. And there are new things that pop up here and there. I find something in the back room that should have gone out. So you can find that if you just go to yarnfolk.com. Right on the front page, there's a link that will take you to the clearance section. As far as our calendar goes, we are moving into August and we have some new things going on. The semi-annual clearance sale is going to continue for another couple of weeks. The August knit along we'll talk about in a little bit, and on August 21st, I think it's the 21st, the third Wednesday in August is the Ellensburg Night Market, and so we're going to stay open until 8 o'clock for that, and we'll have a little bonus social stitching time from 6 to 8 on that day. Then on the 24th, which is Saturday, we will be hosting Cerulean Orchid here with a sticker trunk show and Geektastic Fibers here with hand-dyed yarn. So that's going to be really fun. Mark your calendars. One of the things that is new on the website is the Building a Better Fabric class with Patty Lyons. So we have registration open for the class. The class size is limited, and it is a live hands-on Zoom class. So the way that Patty teaches, she does the class live. There is class participation, but it is not recorded. So it is much like being, at an in-person class. You need to be there for the class. So it's October 16th. That's a Wednesday from 4 to 6 p.m. And she will be covering all kinds of technical things related to the construction of our individual stitches and how those combine to make a more beautiful and polished fabric. If you're somebody who rows out in your knitting, where your purl stitches are a little bit bigger than your knit stitches, particularly when you're knitting back and forth, she's got some great techniques that can help you focus on the economy of your motion, using your tools to good effect. There's lots of tips and tricks that she has, and there's also always a lively Q&A session. So mark your calendars. You can register for that at yarnfolk.com. The cost is $49.99. Our August KAL is something I'm calling the Muscle Doodle. My thought is to combine the Musselburgh hat with Pacific Knit Company's doodle patterns. So Pacific Knit Company offers the doodle patterns. They are micro charts, so they're colorwork charts in interchangeable blocks of 24. We have a couple of the doodle deck styles, and then also the doodle patterns are available as digital patterns on both Ravelry and Pacific Knit Co.'s website. With this situation, when you're knitting colorwork in a Musselburgh hat, all of the floats are going to be inside and all of the ends will be inside. So this really cuts down on the amount of fussy weaving in, so you're free to use a lot of colors if you'd like. I went and fished around in my leftover stash and found a variety of colors that I liked. My main color, I think, is going to be, this is Madeline Tosh Wool Cycle Sport, and this is a yarn I'm planning on ordering soon. It is a recycled superwash merino. It is really lovely yarn. And I should have enough combining with color work to do the hat. It would also be great for minis if you want to combine leftovers from your stash with a new main color. There's just really a lot of options with this project. and a lot of thematic options as well. You can see here we have the winter doodle deck and the autumn doodle deck. I own the autumn doodle cowl pattern. I also have the basic doodle sock pattern from when I test knit that. And you can there's just really a lot of options with this. In the blog post for this week, I outlined some considerations for this. One of the things to consider is the direction of the charts, because of the reversibility of the hat, you have to pay attention to which direction you're knitting the charts in order to get a hat that has the color work patterns right side up on both sides, if, and this is a big if they're directional patterns. A lot of the basic patterns are not directional, so those you can use right side up or upside down, doesn't really matter. But things like, for instance, these little bats or the skulls, or the holiday pattern has candy canes, things like that you want to be facing a certain direction. You have to pay attention to how you're placing those when you're knitting. But there's more information about that in the blog post. So I hope you will join me in this little adventure. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Finally, the work in progress that I highlighted this week is the Paint with Beads scarf by Pope Vergara. And this is a small skinny scarf that features placed beads. So you can see there that there's kind of, it almost is kind of a leopard spot effect, but with brightly colored beads. The pattern is using fingering weight yarn held together with a strand of lace weight mohair. It's very soft and cozy. You're following charts to place the beads, and due to the fact that I cannot find my own beetle needle, I am using super floss to place the beads. So this is just a dental floss product, and you string the beads on and then use this stiffened tip to go through the knit stitch and then back through the bead, so you've got a little loop that allows you to pull the yarn through the beads. This is something that, as soon as I'm done with the sample, I will be making up kits for this project, because beads are not widely available here in Ellensburg, but I did order some beads to have 2 color options for the beadwork. So that is the Paint with Beads scarf.